La réputation de Compton dans la culture populaire est bien présente comme étant le berceau du gangster rap. Compton, c'est aussi la ville des gangs de rue. Aujourd'hui considérée comme la 8e ville la plus dangereuse des États-Unis par le FBI. Et comme j'ai peur de rien, direction Compton. J'arrive à Compton, une banlieue de Los Angeles. Les palmiers, la température, les voitures, c'est comme magique. Pour vous expliquer c'est quoi Compton, avant l'arrivée du rap, c'est une ville qui est à peu près inconnue. Le phénomène des gangs de rue a pris naissance dans le sud de la banlieue de Los Angeles. Et au cœur de tout ça, on y retrouve Compton. C'est là que les Crips ont pris naissance. On a commencé à s'intéresser au taux de criminalité qui était extrêmement élevé, beaucoup de meurtres. Et de tout ça, c'est les jeunes qui y sont impliqués parce que dans les gangs de rue, ce qu'on retrouve, c'est principalement les jeunes de moins de 18 ans. J'ai décidé de les rencontrer Gangster, qui est un OG. Un OG, c'est quoi? Un Original Gangster. Lui, il était la 2e génération des Crips. Son nom lui a été donné par le fondateur des Crips lui-même. Il est rentré il y avait environ 12 ou 13 ans. Il a une expérience des gangs de rue qui lui a permis de faire beaucoup de millions. Lui a aussi permis de faire beaucoup de prisons. So, Gangster, can you tell me about this city?
Man, actually, the city is really good now compared to the way it was, I'll say, like in the early 90s and 80s. When people say Compton, they get a mental picture in their head that is like the projects. But you know, actually, there's no projects in Compton, period. It's actually a nice city. You know, I grew up in the game. We was basically a family. We was tight. When the crack cocaine hit in the early 80s, 81, you know, that's basically what started all the separation. The jealousy started, the envy started, couldn't trust your friend. You know, money, well, you know, money is the root of all evil. You know, that's where all the bullshit came.
How deep were you involved in the days?
You know, I was deep all the way up until, like, 2001. I went to federal prison in 2001. I just did 11 and a half years.
Pour vous donner une idée jusqu'à quel niveau il était impliqué, il était directement relié au cartel mexicain de la cocaïne. Donc, on ne parle pas ici d'un petit joueur, on parle d'un joueur qui était vraiment gros dans l'organisation des gangs de rue, mais aussi dans le trafic de drogue. Are you out of the gang now?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely out of the gang. I haven't, you know what I'm saying? I'm always be from my neighborhood, Santana Block Crips, but I'm not active.
Étant donné qu'on peut sentir qu'il y a un rôle de leader qui est très fort, il ne peut pas montrer de faiblesse, ne peut pas montrer aucunement quelque part qu'il est en train de relâcher sa garde. Surtout seul avec, dans un contexte qui est un peu plus fermé, beaucoup plus de chances que je sois en mesure de mieux communiquer avec lui et d'avoir plus d'informations pertinentes sur ce qui m'intéresse à Compton. So, G, can you tell me how the gang started in L.A.?
The Crips started in 1969 by one of my big homies named Raymond Washington.
I guess that's when the other gangs started as well.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as the color goes, is it still relevant? And if you wear the wrong color on the wrong territory, then you can get into trouble.
Well, to me, I'm OG, so, you know what I'm saying, I wear blue. I've never worn red in my life. Even though I don't gangbang or nothing like that, it's just something in me that I'm not gonna wear it. But you know, these guys these days, you got Crips wearing red, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Blood, yeah, you got Bloods wearing blue. You got Crip gangs hooking up with Blood gangs to fight other Crip gangs. You got Crips fighting Crips and Bloods fighting Bloods. Man, it's crazy.
Is this a lifestyle that you can actually succeed, make money, and get your way out of it?
When I look back at it, I could have if I knew what I knew now.
Because you made a lot of money.
Yeah, man, I made millions and blew millions. I had been selling weed and PCP, but when the crack came along, you could actually sit up in the house, you know what I'm saying, for 2 or 3 hours and make $30,000, $40,000 cash.
That much money.
That much money. I was what, 21 at the time? And I don't know shit about life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even know the fucking value of money. You know, so what I did, I blew it.
Where did you blow the money on?
I blew the money on jewelry, clothes, cars, lowriders.
Women as well?
I didn't have to blow it on women. They come a dime a dozen. When I think back about all that shit, that was fucked up because the families that I was fucking up, even though I wasn't selling them dope, I still was selling dope to people that were selling it to them. And you know what I'm saying? That fucked up a whole lot of families, a whole lot of crack babies, all kind of shit went down. But at the time when you're doing it, you ain't thinking about no consequences of what it's doing to the neighborhood you say you love. You just thinking about getting the money. And when you get money like the way I was getting money, it basically is like an addiction. Because it was 3 or 4 times before I got busted, I was like, you know what, I got enough money. I'm finna leave this shit alone. Fuck this dope. Then soon that pager go off, what's happening? Oh, I need 20 kilos. Damn, 20 kilos, damn, I can make $50,000 real quick. Okay, come on. So even though I wanted to quit, and I know I should have quit, I didn't because the money was just coming.
Après avoir discuté pas mal de ses activités de membre de gang de rue, je m'intéresse beaucoup aussi aux voitures et à sa passion qui sont les lowriders. J'en ai vu à télé, j'en ai vu dans le magazine, mais là, j'ai la chance vraiment d'être sur place, d'en voir plusieurs et de voir la personne qui les fabrique et de pouvoir discuter avec lui de sa passion. Donc, à partir de là, me montrer comment ça fonctionnait, me montrer le concept, comment ils défont, comment ils renforcissent le châssis pour être capable de subir le genre de stress qu'ils vont devoir faire pour faire leur activité, qui est de faire bondir le devant du véhicule. Puis, c'est assez impressionnant à voir, et c'est encore plus impressionnant lorsqu'on est assis dedans, parce que c'est pas comme ça, généralement, qu'on conduit un véhicule. Okay, can you tell me where we're heading now?
Yeah, we're on Rosecrans Boulevard, Rosecrans Avenue, on our way to Santa Fe and Greenleaf. It's in Compton. It's a spot where the lowriders hang out. It's supposed to be a big hop today. I hope we're not too late. We got this guy that he coming from out of state. He's challenging all the LA hoppers.
He's got big balls.
He got huge balls. He got gorilla nuts. How you know?
They all on Broadway.
Okay. They on Broadway. They ain't on Santa Fe.
So they changed location?
So we gotta go to LA.
on serait un endroit où il y a plein de monde qui partagent la même passion des lowriders. Et je dois dire que sur place, c'est assez impressionnant parce qu'il y en a de toutes les sortes, de toutes les couleurs, de tous les goûts.
Hey, Rick, can you talk to me about your car?
My car? Yeah, what do you want to know?
Which year it is? Which model? It's a Cadillac?
Yeah, 96 Fleetwood Rome.
Wow, so you designed it yourself?
Yeah.
Man, you did a great job.
Thank you.
So what do you like about low riding?
Oh, man, it's just the lifestyle, man. Nice cars, the people, everything.
Alors, ce qui se passe là, présentement, parce qu'il y a des voitures qui ont décidé là, de faire un show de boucan puis de faire des donuts dans la rue, ça attire la police. Puis là, à ce moment-là, bien, tout le monde se sauve.
Ce genre de soirée-là, ça finit seulement d'une manière, quand la police arrive. Et là, de voir arriver les véhicules de police, l'hélicoptère. Et de là, ils se rendent à un autre endroit, ils recommencent. Et c'est le même cirque qui se produit chaque semaine, à tous les dimanches, dans le monde des lowriders. Le problème avec le danger, c'est que le danger, tu le sens pas, tu l'entends pas et tu le vois pas. Et c'est ça qui est un peu conflictuel. C'est difficile de dire, ouais, c'est dangereux ici. Mais le problème, c'est qu'il peut arriver n'importe quel véhicule ou il peut arriver quelqu'un qui est caché derrière un coin de maison puis se mettre à tirer dessus. Oui, il y a beaucoup de chances qu'il te manque, mais il y a des chances aussi qu'il réussisse son coup et qu'il te touche. Et s'il te touche, il y a des chances que tu meurs. C'est ça le vrai danger dans les rues. Partout ce qu'on voit, tous les quartiers sont tous dangereux.
Looney, you've been part of the Crips for how long?
Oh, since I was a kid. I don't know actually the age, but since I was a minor.
So what got you involved?
Well, being around here was racist. And, you know, you needed help and stuff like that. And then my brother got killed on the corner right here. I seen it. Actually, the guy was shooting out the alley. And I was walking away. Actually, I live right here. I was walking away and I seen it happen. I was the first person I ever seen die. And that made me involved. Like, I went crazy after that.
So you're still banging a lot?
I don't bang a lot, but I'm always gonna be from over here, and people ain't gonna forget what I did to them or their loved ones, people that grew up. I mean, but I don't bang. It's a difference between gang banging and a gang member. I'm gonna always be a member.
Okay.
But banging ain't out there set tripping. I'm getting money right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to raise my kid.
This part of town, how safe it is?
It's not safe. This is the main spot. I've been shot right here. Standing right here. I've been shot before. Yes, right here.
So it's not a good thing to be hanging out outside at this time of the day.
It's not good at all.
Présentement, même s'il semble avoir un semblant de paix entre les gangs, il y a toujours de la tension. Quand tu traînes dans les rues le soir, c'est là que les gangs se promènent puis essaient d'identifier des rivaux pour pouvoir faire en sorte de les faire disparaître.
So maybe it's a good time to go then, and can you come and show me some of the hot spots of Compton?
Yeah, we can ride around.
All right, let's go.
À quelques minutes de chez eux, on sent un endroit où ils vont avoir du fun, ils se tiennent, ils jouent au dé, ils s'amusent, où ils passent du temps. Puis là, ils m'expliquent que lorsqu'ils s'en vont là, ils vont mettre des gens à différents endroits pour jeter un coup d'œil. Mais ça change pas un fait, c'est que t'es jamais à l'abri des balles, puis un véhicule qui passe, ça se met à tirer, t'auras pas le temps de l'avertir. Et c'est ce qui s'est produit il y a environ un mois. Un groupe rivaux est passé, en croyant qu'ils étaient là, ont tiré sur l'endroit, on peut voir les trous de balles, on voit les graffitis qui sont les leurs, on voit les graffitis des rivaux. Donc, c'est là qu'on est en mesure de mieux apprécier qu'effectivement, ce qu'ils te racontent, c'est pas des histoires, c'est réel.
Got shot there and there on the wrist too?
Well, it came out right here. This was an accident. Homie shot me. I was doing a drive-by. He was in the back seat.
He wasn't in a hurry.
Study him hanging out. I'm out the window doing what I do. He's sitting in the car and shot me.
On peut le voir dans la façon qu'il parle, là, que c'est un vrai, là. Puis quand je vous dis que c'est un vrai, il y a des tatous partout. Tu peux pas manquer, là. Compton, partout, Crips, des traces de balles parce qu'il s'est fait tirer à 6 reprises. Puis là, il nous raconte ses histoires, puis tu te rends compte que tu parles avec quelqu'un qui est impliqué jusque-là, là.
I'm gonna always watch out. I mean, that's just, I'm not gonna never get comfortable. Like I say, people know me. If they do something to me, they know I'm gonna get cracking. And 9 out of 10, I'm gonna get cracking right then and there. Every time I've been shot, I got cracking back.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
You take care of yourself.
Si t'es pas en mesure de constater le degré de dangerosité qu'on peut trouver, peut-être qu'il est temps d'arrêter de regarder des films d'action, parce que c'est pas un film ici, c'est la réalité, et c'est comme ça que ça se passe à Compton. Donc, de jour Compton, il y a beaucoup d'activités, il y a du trafic, il y a des gens dans les rues, ça bouge, il fait beau. Vraiment, c'est une belle ville.
So, Kevin, you're the owner of Bledsoe BBQ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where are we located?
Compton, California, man. Been here 8 years, since 08, man.
Which street?
Long Beach Boulevard.
What
Famous were Long Beach Boulevard.
Very famous.
Very famous.
For the good and the
good
bad.
and the bad. Mostly good, though.
Tell me about your business. Tell me what you can expect when you come here.
When you come here, you're going to get the best barbecue around, man. We do it slow and low down here at Bledsoe, Texas style, like a 6'4" Impala. That's how we get down.
So what is Texas style?
Texas style, we let the wood do all the work. Little hickory wood, little red oak, little pecan. Put it on there, give it a smoke bath. That's our get down.
So everybody told me you gotta go there.
Well, you got to go there. Y'all can go inside, man. My guys inside going to cut you up something, man. They're going to feed you real good.
Donc, je fais ma ligne au Bledsoe BBQ. Ça va me donner le temps de vivre l'expérience comme il faut, puis aussi de décider qu'est-ce que je vais prendre.
Quelque chose qui m'a vraiment frappé, c'est qu'il y avait un garde armé au barbecue. Même si c'était de jour, ce qu'il faut comprendre, c'est qu'effectivement, t'es jamais en sécurité à Compton.
An order of ribs.
Rib lunch, dinner.
Lunch, what is the difference between a lunch
You're
and
gonna get more food on the dinner. You get 5 ribs with the dinner and 3 with the lunch.
dinner? Bon, j'ai commandé des ribs, puis une saucisse. Fait que j'ai hâte de voir comment ça va aller, puis surtout, qu'est-ce que ça goûte.
Vu qu'il n'y avait pas de salle à manger, il fallait que je me rende à ma voiture. Je me suis assis sur l'arrière du véhicule et j'ai mangé ça à la bonne franquette.
Hear my trains coming, best hop on it, Well, the future fly past the present, no stop on it, Can't value my gift, its prices, no cop on it,
Donc, pour mieux comprendre comment ça fonctionne, puis avoir une autre opinion, je m'en vais rencontrer d'anciens policiers de Compton pour qu'ils m'expliquent comment ça se passait dans le temps.
Timothy Brennan et Robert Ladd étaient membres de l'unité de lutte contre les gangs de rue de la police de Compton. Ils ont enquêté des milliers de crimes et ont emmené en justice des centaines de criminels reliés aux gangs.
Quand j'arrive sur place, ils ont vraiment l'air de 2 policiers, 2 enquêteurs, la chemise, la cravate, la moustache, le gun en taille. Ça, un petit peu moins. Dans mon monde à moi, c'est moins présent. Mais ici, les guns, on l'a vu, ça impressionne pas personne.
Tim, Bob, you were part of the Compton police gang unit for years.
Yes.
How was it to be part of that scene?
We loved it. We loved their job. We thought it was the best place to work at some of the best time in history. When we started, Compton had already about 50 gangs within the city in a 10-square-mile city. Shortly after we started, rock cocaine came into the neighborhoods, and it just really amped up all the gang wars in the neighborhood. There was shootings every day on the shift while we'd be working. You know, you could have 6, 8, 10 shootings in one shift.
Écoutez, comme policier moi-même, je suis en mesure de mieux apprécier leur travail, mais surtout de comprendre la grosse différence entre travailler au Québec et travailler à Compton comme policier. Puis je dois vous le dire, c'est vraiment pas la même chose.
As a person, you're a cop, but you're also a person, and you have to interact with those people.
With all the stuff going on now, like in Ferguson, Baltimore, New York, or whatever, the thing that me and Tim, not only did we build a rapport with, you know, the gangsters and the citizens, but we never turned our back on them. You know, because we had bad times too in the 80s and 90s, you know. We had the Rodney King incident, and it was, you know, fuck the police, 187 on a cop. You know, now it's Black Lives Matter, but now it was no justice, no peace. The same thing was going on back then as is going on there, but we never turned our back on the citizen.
It really started to be at a different level in the 80s. That's where the shooting occurred, you know, in the...
Yeah, I mean, prior to the rock cocaine, the kind of weaponry that we would see on the street on a shooting, there'd still be drive-by shootings and there'd be turf wars. But they'd be shooting with shotguns, 38s, you know, maybe a 9mm. And then when the rock cocaine hit, everybody got rich. Everybody had money. I mean, even little kids, they were buying AK-47s, you know, Mac-11s, Uzis. I mean, they were getting guns that were, you know, with 100-round drums. Instead of shooting 4 or 5 times, they might shoot 50 times. Innocent people are getting hit, you know, houses are getting shot up. That's when it got really crazy.
comprend vraiment bien le degré d'activité criminelle qu'on y retrouve. Ils s'amusent même, entre gangs, à se narguer en disant on a tué telle et telle et telle personne, puis on va tuer les autres. Il faut s'entendre ici, là. Dans ce monde-là, lorsqu'on menace quelqu'un, les menaces sont sérieuses.
I mean, these guys will go out and kill people because one of the guys, their homies, got killed. But then once you're caught and it's like, oh, he's caught, you know, he goes to jail, you're forgotten. You're all, you know, love for the gang and all this love for your brothers in the gang. But the day you go to jail, you're forgotten. I mean, they move on to everybody else and nobody goes and visits you, nobody sends you no money. That's when they wake up and say, man, I just went and killed somebody for my homies in the gang, and my homies could give a shit about me.
It seems like there's a very high concentration of rappers, gangster in Compton.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you have, of course, NWA. You know, we knew some of them when they were selling drugs over near Kelly Park. DJ Quick was another one we investigated from the Treetop Pyrus. The Game had a case we investigate. Suge Knight, we ended up arresting him. We ended up arresting Eazy-E, you know, for different crimes they were involved in. Eventually, the murders of Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls both came back to Compton, with Compton people involved in both those murders.
Ces policiers-là, ils ont enquêté sur un millier de crimes. Des meurtres, vous en voulez, il m'a raconté arriver sur une scène de meurtre. Pendant qu'ils sont encore sur la scène, en train de faire l'analyse de la scène de crime, ils entendent un shooting qui se passe pas très loin. Et ça, c'est la gang de la personne qui sont en train d'enquêter sur son meurtre, qui sont en train de se venger déjà.
We used to do search warrants in every house we go to. They had AK-47s, and they even had flak vests. We got out of houses, you know, boxes and boxes, thousands of rounds of ammo. This was a house in Compton on Johnson Street, and there were so many murders on this street that they even wrote on the house, it says, "Welcome to the war zone." That was the street.
Thank you.
Right on.
Thanks, man.
All right, be careful in Compton.
I'll try. C'est incroyable de voir les histoires qu'ils peuvent raconter. C'est pas compliqué. Si j'étais eux, j'écrirais un livre. Juste à côté de Compton, je me rends à South Central. On est toujours dans le comté de Los Angeles. Et je vais rencontrer Akil, qui lui travaille avec un groupe d'anciens membres de gangs de rue. Puis, ce qu'ils font, c'est qu'ils se promènent dans les rues pour faire en sorte d'apaiser les choses et d'emmener les gangs de rue à diminuer leur violence. Akil, lui, c'est vraiment le leader de ce groupe-là. Et son objectif, c'est vraiment de faire en sorte d'aider les jeunes, les membres de rue, à leur donner des outils pour mieux identifier les lacunes qu'ils retrouvent au niveau personnel, pour faire en sorte de leur amener une estime de soi et faire en sorte aussi de leur donner un espoir de pouvoir s'en sortir et de voir qu'il y a d'autres alternatives. Hello.
Hey,
Akil.
Good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
You okay?
Very good.
Yes, sir.
So this is it. That's where you work from.
Yeah, this is where we do. I just want to, some of the team members are here. These are all my instructors. There's some outstanding individuals.
Where exactly are we right now?
We are in what would be considered the core of old South Central Los Angeles. We got a couple of adversaries in terms of the gang environment, and we sit in the core of that, as well as so many other pieces in terms of dysfunctional communities.
Can you tell me a bit about you and about the work that you actually do in the neighborhood?
Well, yeah, I've been doing the work for decades. Came out of the social movement back in the 60s, community mobilization, came out of the world of violence. I was here when this whole gang environment started, was part of it, and transformed into trying to psychologically change the mindset in the given communities. So what we do is start with trying to stop the bloodshed on the street. That gets us engaged. We're out there, we're mitigating, we're diffusing. Because of the credibility we all bring to the table, we're able to go in hostile environments that the average person can't go into and use our credibility.
Thanks a lot for the explanation, Akil.
And thank you, man. Appreciate you coming, too.
Can we go outside?
Yes, we can. All right, let's roll this.
When you go on those walks, do you have a way of doing it so it's safer for everybody?
Yeah, we normally, that community will know we're coming in. We normally walk in twos. We have our people, we are our own security team on top of it. Usually one person talks. We don't have everybody talking, eyes and ears, and there's a whole process.
Let's go.
All right. Nico, why don't you take the lead on this one?
Right now, we're on the corner of Vernon and Normandy. Want y'all to watch out because this is one of the worst intersections ever in life. So if you're doing what you're doing, be careful and look behind you because they have wrecks every 5 minutes. Make sure you look around. We don't have no insurance on the street. Right now, in this area right here, you have at least 7 different warring black gangs, and that's not counting at least 7 different warring Latino gangs, and then those that have the racial riots, too. South Central has a lot of different dynamics. The dynamics are just the streets and corners, because you could come from somewhere and just look like something. Say if you came from London, but you saw somebody dressed like me with khakis on and a hat and everything, somebody roll up on you, the favorite word you're gonna ever wanna know is where you from. You better say London real fast. Oh. Don't never claim something that you're not affiliated with because it'll cost you your life.
C'est là qu'on est en mesure de mieux comprendre et vraiment de constater que, oui, il y a du danger. Et les gens qui t'en parlent, c'est des gens qui en ont fait partie, c'est des gens qui en ont été victimes, et c'est des gens qui en ont fait subir aux autres. Donc, c'est très à prendre au sérieux.
Any individual that I deal with, especially those that are on my team, we were all enemies at one time. We all tried to hurt each other. These stories, we haven't even told you that me and this gentleman wore it for 20-some years. Me and that gentleman wore it for 20-some years. Me and this gentleman just from 20s, you see what I'm saying? But our communities have had long-time strife and violence and different ideas and different agendas and separatist ideas, but with individuals that were putting in the most work negativity, if they follow me to death, why not follow me to life? So most of the individuals that I work with come from that same process.
And that's what makes us unique, and that's what makes us effective, because we come from the problem. We were the problem. When I joined the gang, I wasn't a man, I was a boy. I was about 12 years old. As a boy, things are fun. Quite naturally, I like to fight. We stick to our friends in our geographical area. As it starts out as fun and games. Someone gets beat up real bad, someone else gets beat up real bad. As we get older, stronger, and bigger, the violence gets worse. So there you have the basis of gangs.
Like a lone soldier, but watch where I tread. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Ce que j'ai surtout remarqué, c'est leur manière de faire les choses, qui est un peu, à la limite, comme une milice. C'est très militarisé. Chacun a un rôle à faire. On a quelqu'un qui ouvre la marche. Ensuite, on a des personnes qui sont derrière, de manière à faire en sorte que lorsqu'on est dans le quartier, il y a toujours quelqu'un qui est en avant pour voir s'il y a une source de danger. Il y a toujours quelqu'un qui est derrière pour faire certain que le danger ne viendra pas pour nous suivre. It's the main thing I try to explain sometimes to people I know. The fact that you don't feel danger here, let's say on this corner right here, doesn't mean that there's none.
Oh, absolutely not. Dangers lurking in any one of these homes.
How dangerous it could be for someone who doesn't belong on those streets to be here. Death.
Let's understand, for your audience, we're talking about war zones. We're not talking about picnics in the park and bullying. We are talking about people that have no remorse, no guilt to take a life, to terminate a life. We're dealing with fractured individuals. We're dealing with people who dehumanize one another. They don't see you or their adversary as another human being worthy of respect. Now, if you come into that community and you don't do anything in that community doesn't see you as an asset, that makes you that much higher on the list. You are a target. I'm looking for the easiest opportunity, the quickest hit, etc. So I'm going to easily go after somebody. If I see you coming into my community and you don't have any value to me, but you're bringing something that can be an asset to me, I'm going to attempt to take over that. We call it liberating that, because I feel I have the right to. You shouldn't be in my community in the first place. And Kenny said it so well. We're talking about straight up death. At the end of the day, my taking your life is going to put a notch on my belt and take my credibility up that much higher.
If you don't mind, I will get moving, because at my size, I become a target fairly easy. Donc, pour ma dernière soirée à Compton, j'ai décidé de retourner voir un gangster pour passer une soirée avec lui, pour qu'il me montre son Compton à lui, celui dans lequel il a grandi.
I'm gonna show you some. They got some places in Compton that look like Beverly Hills.
Wow.
That's where I grew up, right here in this house right here.
This house right there.
Yeah, this one right here.
So this is it, G. That's where you grew up.
Yeah, this where I grew up at, man. I see they covered some of the bullet holes up in it. You had some bullet holes.
Really?
Yeah, but when it happened, I was in prison. You know, it would have never happened if I was at home.
All right, so where are you taking me next?
We're gonna go by the park down the street, then I'm gonna take you to one of the houses that the feds took.
All right. Je me suis ensuite rendu à une des maisons qui s'est fait saisir lorsqu'il s'est fait prendre par les fédéraux pour trafic de drogue, ce qui l'a emmené à aller passer 11 ans et demi en prison. Et on sentait que ça lui faisait de quoi. So this was your house?
Yeah, this is my house right here, man.
It's nice.
Yeah, we did all this. I had all this done.
When you look at it, how does that make you feel?
I look at it, it just make me nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? The memories, I got memories in this house.
You feel sometimes you could have done it differently?
You know, it's like I could have done it differently, but you know what I'm saying? When you're doing stuff, you only really do what you know. If you don't know to do differently, you know what I'm saying? You don't do it differently. Like you say, you live and learn. I didn't even really learn of what character and integrity was, till I was in jail.
Would you say that having a family, what would be called a normal family, would have made a difference, having a daddy home?
I already know is if I would have had a father, you know what I'm saying, that was there for me and that loved me, and that taught me the things I needed to know, yeah, I would have never started gangbanging.
Je crois qu'il est conscient que toutes les années qu'il a passées en prison ont eu un effet négatif sur sa vie.
I don't want nobody really knowing where I lay my head at.
No?
No. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck around no more or whatever. It's still, you know what I'm saying? People still know where I'm from. My homeboys, they get into altercations and get into it with motherfuckers and shit like that. So I don't want nobody to be like, okay, well, he right there, let's go get him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because still, you got a name and reputation.
Yeah, you still got to be smart about it.
And then they can use it as a way to make a name for themselves.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I never really fucked over nobody that didn't have it coming, but still I done fucked over people before, even if they had it coming. Oh, I done did a whole lot of shit to people that got nephews and sons and you know what I'm saying, and so on. You still gotta, you know what I'm saying, be like, you know, careful.
Donc, finalement, on est arrivé à l'hôtel de ville, qui est aussi au même endroit qu'on retrouve le palais de justice, un endroit qu'il connaît bien, où on retrouve un monument qui est dédié à Martin Luther King.
This is a great landmark in Compton now.
Does it mean something to you?
Yeah, it means something to me, you know what I'm saying, because of the struggle, you know what I'm saying, that he went through to try to get us the freedoms that we have today. You know, yeah, of course, it means a whole lot to me.
Il me fait partager un peu son opinion sur qu'est-ce qui fait en sorte que le système ne fonctionne pas.
You know what I'm saying? What people fail to realize is that as a people, you know what I'm saying, we've been taught to alienate each other. Say like if I go to college, I be successful, I start a business, I become rich, I feel like, oh, if I did it, he can do it. But everybody don't have the same circumstances. You know what I'm saying? You know, the love and the help is just not there.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We got a whole lot of millionaires and billionaires, but you know what I'm saying? They donate money to bullshit charities. Go back to where you came from. Go back to the neighborhood you grew up in and build something there. You know, that's the way I see it.
I have this question for you, because now we're standing in front of the courthouse that you know well.
Yeah, I know that about the roof. If I started all the way up there on the 12th floor, juvenile.
You still have confidence in the system, then the system can change and make life better for everybody?
No, I don't have no confidence in society. They say they got bad police and they got good police. If you a bad police and I'm a good police, and you fucking over somebody and I don't say nothing, how the fuck am I a good police?
You're a bad police.
Just because I'm not fucking over him too, that police is a gang. They worse than us, than we was, way worse. They see the shit on camera, a motherfucker violating the motherfucker's rights, fucking over a motherfucker, even killing the motherfucker, and they don't want to press charges. You know what I'm saying? It's just how the fuck they think shit gonna get better?
Son bilan n'est pas différent du bilan que je me suis fait donner dans d'autres villes des États-Unis que j'ai visitées, dans lequel il semble se sentir comme si le système les avait laissés tomber. Ils trouvent que le système d'éducation n'est pas approprié pour eux. Il faut dire vraiment les choses. C'est que je crois que la plupart des enfants, ce qu'on retrouve, c'est qu'ils proviennent de milieux familiaux qui sont inadéquats. Donc, on n'a pas une éducation normale, ce qui fait en sorte que lorsqu'on rentre dans le système, c'est difficile vraiment de se sentir bien accueilli parce qu'on n'a pas les outils nécessaires pour pouvoir vraiment y participer.